Welcome to City Talk. It's About Town Deb, Debbie McCarthy. I am here with Jaime Chapman, my amazing cohort co-host, and we're at Dream Pilot Films. It's been way too long, Jaime. What you been up to?
I know.
I think you got some exciting news to share.
I am super busy. I do have exciting news. I started a new position at Midtown District.
Well, so tell people Midtown in Reno, Nevada.
Midtown District, Reno, Nevada. It's the heart of Reno, or
the hub.
Yeah, where the cool kids are. But yeah, I just got hired as the director of special events and tourism. So we're gonna work on creating a tourism department in Midtown and making your experience when you come to Midtown more seamless.
That is so exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, how long? That's taken a while to happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, you guys have worked so hard on building the community there. I know that I've gone to many of your Midtown District meetings. They're not called meetings, your gatherings, once a month.
The mixers, yeah.
The mixers, and it's so cool
Versus
because all the business owners actually, they show up.
Well, Midtown Association
chat.
would not exist without the business owners. We are all funded. I mean, I'm getting paid by people paying their membership to Midtown. And so I think that's why Midtown works so well, is it's just all locals supporting each other and business owners supporting their community and knowing that we need to support people to bring in these activities to make Midtown happen.
So speaking of supporting, I know that one of our main guests is going to come on, Mena, with Evoke Fitness, and I'll let you say her last name.
Spodobalski.
Well, if you live in Reno, you just have to say Mena. She's like the Cher, the Oprah. You say Mena, and I have always known Mena as Mena. Mena. We all know Mena, but her energy and her spirit and her heart, and she's into fitness and coaching and mentoring people. And she's been, from the first time I met her, she's built the nonprofit in her business, and she's just taken it to many levels.
Yeah,
and
I'm excited to meet her.
You're gonna love her. And we also are gonna have two of her heroes on, and they're gonna tell their personal stories with the cancer, and I'm really excited about that. And when you're doing fitness and you're going through cancer, you need to, your nutrition is really important. And I feel like Mena has taken the step of combining the fitness and the nutrition by actually having Dr. Madeline, a lifestyle and nutrition coach for Evoke Warriors, is going to be on set as well. So it takes a team, and Mena has put together an amazing team, and you will see that when she shares her story. And we're talking about local businesses.
My favorite.
Labels.
Who are you wearing?
I have Neiman. It's a Neiman Marcus fall cashmere top, and comfy. I don't know how to pronounce this. Again, that is my thing. We all know that. ECIU pants. And I'm still wearing my Via Spaga boots and the cultured pearls and necklace, because we want to show you that, yes, you can mix and match, and you can wear your shoes with many different outfits. You don't need new shoes for every outfit.
And the pearls tie it all together.
The pearls tie it all together. So I'm really excited about that. And of course, let's show the braids. We do this every show. Caliber Hair and Makeup. Check out the back. I love it.
So gorgeous.
And Megan.
Do you even have pearls in your hair too?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, look at that. It's like a clip. Cute.
I do. I forgot that. That was by accident, because when they stay for both shows, they can put my hair up. So I'm not very good at doing my own hair. So Rachel, Bianca O'Brien's wife, put my hair up for me, and we put the pearls. And Caliber Hair and Makeup, like you say, we also have Soak Spa. I'm very grateful for all these amazing partnerships. I'm going to do a quote, and then we're going to get ready for our break. So here is my quote to take us to break before we have Mena with us. Friends and family are hidden treasures. Seek them and enjoy their riches. Wanda Hope Carter. And I feel like Mena has done that. She's made all of her friends and her warriors her family. And she's bonded with them, and they're treasures to her, and they're treasures to our community. So usually when you see us, we're like jumping up and down and perky. We're still going to be perky because we're grateful to be here today. But we really want this to be about Mena and the Warriors. Excited. So hang tight. It's About Town Deb. Jaime, we'll be right back. Welcome back. It's About Town Deb, Debbie McCarthy with City Talk. Very happy today. We have my good friend Mena on set, and I have Jaime back, so that is really making my day here. And Mena, you are, I know I already gave you tons of compliments, and I know you're very humble, and she's not really probably liking that I'm doing this, but every word I said is true. And to prove that it's true, you won the PBS Extraordinary Individual Award for 2023. What the heck? How did you feel when you found out?
Well, I'll just briefly tell you how funny it was, because my husband kind of had prepped me a little bit.
Oh,
he was like, babe, no. He was like, babe, you know, like, you're going up against these really amazing women, and I just don't want you to be disappointed. I go, honey, don't worry. Like, I know I'm not going to win this thing. We have the reveal tomorrow. I'm super overwhelmed anyway, but it's such a blessing, you know. And so we went, and we actually had several warriors. We had 2 tables of warriors.
What does that
which
say?
was so wonderful to have them there. But I was also like, God, I'm going to lose them. They're going to be really disappointed. Gosh darn it. And it was funny because we had dinner first. And so I had my napkin still sitting on my lap. And my girlfriend was sitting here. And as they started talking about the award, she reaches over and she pulls the napkin off my lap, and I looked at her, I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, you gotta be ready. I'm like, oh my God. So she has a video of me literally rolling my eyes at her, and then sure enough, they called my name, and it was pretty cool.
Well, but
pretty shocking.
What a good shock.
Yeah, but the award is to distinguish you amongst the Northern Nevada through your inspiration, your dedication, motivation, and acts of kindness. And that really does says a lot for Mena. So I'm just really happy that Mena is sitting here. And I know it's not just about your awards and being an amazing mom and doing everything you do. Your program, your Evoke Warriors, is really where your heart is right now. So can you share a little bit about the journey, how you got to there? And then I'm going to let Jaime ask. She has some questions she wanted to ask you.
Sure. So my mom is a breast cancer survivor. And the short end of it is that she has always been a woman of faith and very strong. I mean, you know, she took us out of Africa during a war and brought us to America not speaking a word of English. So my mom has always been this really tough cookie.
Cool. Can you say a little more about that? That's pretty amazing, like not speaking English and getting here and...
Yeah, so I came to America when I was 7 years old. Didn't speak a word of English. Our first language was Portuguese. My parents left everything during the Civil War of 1976. And we came to America, my brother and I. I went to school for the first time in 3rd grade, learned English by the time I was in 4th grade. But, you know, my mom has just always been this tough, amazing woman who, you know, not a lot kind of shattered her faith or her confidence. But breast cancer, oh no, here we go.
It's okay. Take your time. Take your time.
Breast cancer literally brought her to her knees. She just second guessed her faith, and I just saw her kind of fall into a state of depression. And when being able to help people who were battling cancer kind of came into my lap, I just took that bull by the horns. And I spent 4 years doing another program that was just solely breast cancer. But what I found is that there was a lot of people out there who needed our help who weren't suffering from breast cancer. They were suffering from colon cancer, leukemia, melanoma. There's just so many other cancers that were not being addressed. And that's kind of how Evoke Warriors came to be. I had a very sweet, dear girl who was at the time 26, who had a cancer that was not breast. And she reached out to me after my TED Talk and said, I know I can't be part of your program, but I'm tired of being sick. I'm tired of being weak. I don't want to feel like this anymore. Would you be willing to help me? And I was like, heck yes, of course. And, you know, fast forward 3 years later, she's like a daughter to me. I just love Adriana dearly. And so that's kind of how Evoke Warriors came to be, so that I could help people with other cancers through this program and hopefully change their life, or at least give them some joyful strength, confidence for 6 months, you know, and then hopefully they can take those tools and whatever comes their way, they are at least prepared take that on.
Can you explain the program? What is it exactly?
Yeah, so Evoke Warriors is a 6-month fitness, nutrition, and community journey. We take people in our community, men and women who are currently battling or have battled cancer, and we make them do all kinds of wonderful drills in the gym, but we teach them how to work out properly, really kind of try to break the barriers of them thinking that there's things that they cannot do or that they're afraid to do. And then we give them a component of nutrition, because we all know that you cannot outrun a bad diet, but we teach them nutrition and how to eat properly and well for longevity. And then the thing I think that all the warriors will say they take out of this is really the community, the bonds that they establish in the gym. A lot of times, once they're done with chemo, radiation, the doctors are like, you're done, go live your life, but they really don't know what to do with that. What does that mean? And in the gym, they kind of get to be with other people who are going through the same thing or have been through the same thing that they have been through. And they can communicate and share without feeling like they're at a therapy session. You know, there's a lot of tears, there's a lot of stories, a lot of things that happen in that hour in the gym that is so special, and they just get to take that with them for forever. You know, they become families. So it's that really is one of the biggest aspects and one of my favorite parts of the whole program.
Well, I think so much like when you're dealing with an emotion is like being able, like working out and getting those endorphins and like breaking it down. I think like anytime I'm like feeling depressed or it's something that can't even be close to like what a cancer person, someone suffering from cancer is going through, it's like that working out. You're like, it can break you down, you can cry and build from it. It's just the amazingness of working out. So how the programs work, is it anybody can come to you at any stage of cancer, or is it like they can do it during chemo, or is it mostly after, before? They're I guess like customized per person. So
yeah, they can come to us at any stage of their therapy or of their cancer journey. The important thing is that they get approval from their doctors. And most doctors in our community are starting to know about our program. They refer them to the program, which is really exciting. But we've had people come through that are currently going through chemo, radiation, surgeries, that type of thing. And we also have people who've been out 5 years, 3 years. So we will take people at any part of their journey, and we kind of meet them where they're at. Our goal is for us to take them from whether they are physically incapable of things, or they're depressed or stressed. We really try to meet them at where they're at in their journey and build them up from there, build their confidence, build up mentally and physically, so that when they come to the end of the program, they're stronger, they're more confident, they have a group of people that love and care for them and understand where they've been, and they can take those tools that we teach them in those 6 months and use them should anything come into their life in the future.
It's about time to bring Dr. Madeline in. So Dr. Madeline, come on in here, because we talked earlier about it's a team, and Mena knows how to put together the right people to make a difference in the world. And Madeline is one of those amazing women. Doctor, a friend, you're one that's definitely into fitness. I see you out there. You're always taking women out, and you're going on these hikes, and you're out in the nature, and you're the kind of doctor, like, you don't have to be in an office. Like we can go talk outside, or we could be in the woods, or I don't know. I'm just saying you have a whole different take on it, and you could explain a little bit about that. But I would love for you to explain how you got involved with Evoke Fitness. And what is your role when it comes to nutrition and coaching with the participants?
You know, I got involved because I used to work out with Mena.
Oh, there you go.
Right. And so I was very familiar with what she was hoping to accomplish with this program. And at the time, I had just finished some specialty training in something called lifestyle medicine, which is prevention and treatment of chronic disease through nutrition, physical activity, stress management, sleep, community.
Oh, I need sleep.
So
Totally get that. Whew.
So it just happened that as she was creating this program, I was really kind of transitioning my medical career towards this more lifestyle-focused practice. And so she asked me if I would be interested in getting involved, and it was just a perfect fit.
I would totally say it's a perfect fit. I know you both, and I feel like it is the right fit. So what is the key element that with the nutrition and the fitness going together, and how can you explain how you balance it together? Because I know for me, I have a horrible diet, and I know when I'm depressed or not feeling good, I want to eat more. I don't want to eat at all. So, I mean, are you there to help them with the nutrition part as you're there with the fitness part? But how does that contribute together as a program?
You know what, I think, first of all, I think each individual participant has their kind of own unique set of needs and their own goals that they're trying to achieve. So I don't think there's a cookie cutter approach with either one of us. We're trying to think about their 6-month journey and as far as what each of their individual needs might be. But from the nutrition standpoint, I try to just present it and educate them based on kind of two objectives. One is they do have this cancer diagnosis, but then we also want to prevent other chronic diseases that are just so overwhelmingly common in our culture, so diabetes and cardiovascular disease, and want them to have long, active, healthy lives when they beat their cancer. And so looking at, okay, well, what's the nutrition look like for that? But then also, what does the nutrition look like for decreasing their cancer reoccurrence risk?
That's amazing. So it's customized per person. It's very
overall, we do it more as a group, but it's just, these are their goals are very specific to that,
right. There's got to be
each
the
individual
same
person.
things that are cancer preventatives or whatnot. I want to ask you more about nutrition, but this one thing keeps coming up is why 6 months?
So it's kind of, just from my experience, 12 weeks, which is about 3 months, is enough for you to feel changes and kind of start changing your habits. 16 weeks, you're kind of getting there, but really 6 months is what you really need to make it a lifestyle and to see substantial changes, both mentally and physically. So that's why we decided on 6 months. It just gives them just enough time to figure it out, make it where it's part of their life now. The exercising regularly is part of their life. Eating well and making good choices is part of their life. And building those relationships.
What do those 6 months look like? Sorry.
I'm just trying to say, hey guys, we're kind of gone way over our time because this is so amazing.
It's going so fast.
It's going very fast. I don't even know. We keep it real here, guys, so it's totally okay. Because Jazzy George is over there like, I don't know, 5, 10, 15, 20. So
she's like, I give up.
I give up. So she went and sat down. So I'm sorry if we're like rambling.
I'm like fighting tears the entire time.
We're so excited to be here.
It's so emotional.
I'm just going to add one quick question because this is a really important question. If you can share one success story of an example of how improved nutrition and exercise have positively impacted the cancer survivor's journey through Evoke Fitness. I hate to make it short, but can we make it short? Because we've got two amazing warriors coming on set.
Well, I'm not going to answer the question exactly the way you worded it.
However you want to answer.
Because it's way too hard to pick one person.
I agree.
But to see the way the warriors transform over the 6 months, not just with their strength, their endurance, their eating habits, but also just to see their different biometrics improve, like their cholesterol improve, and they come off of medications. They might come off of antidepressants or come off of blood pressure medication or diabetes medications. Like to just see their health change significantly over 6 months is just amazing. And so it's hard to pick one person.
But I think that has to be like an attitude, right? Like seeing people like
a confidence.
Yeah,
and empowerment.
I mean that has to be the most.
We gotta go to break. It's okay. when we come back, I know, we love you all, but I have to be somewhat of a boss every now and then. Anyway, so when we come back, we are going to meet Bruno. And when you guys come back from the break, you're going to see a clip of Bruno sharing his heart with us. And it's so touching. So I just want you to be prepared. So after that, you will see Bruno and you will be amazed at what kind of amazing human being he is. So I'm going to end with this quote because this is a big one. Strength doesn't come from what you can do. It comes from overcoming the things you once thought you couldn't. So
Very true.
with that, we're going to take a break. We didn't think we could chat this long, and we'll be right back.
Join the Circle of Life at the Lion King. Experience the world's #1 musical. Don't miss your chance to see The Lion King, one of the most awe-inspiring productions ever brought to life on stage.
Coming to Grand Theater at Grand Sierra Resort November 9th through 19th. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
My name is Bruno Carlini, and I have metastatic melanoma. I was diagnosed in 2019 in July. I had surgery at the time and began immunotherapy for a course of 2 years. It looked to have worked, and then 9 months later, I had a PET scan and it revealed that it had spread additionally to my neck. This time the immunotherapy didn't work like it did the first time, so they added another drug and I had a regimen of radiation therapy to my neck and my axilla. And that ended in December of 2022. I am continuing to have immunotherapy and will probably keep going until the tumors are clear. At this time, they are shrinking, but still there, but it looks hopeful.
Welcome back to City Talk. It's About Town Deb, Debbie McCarthy, Jaime Chapman, my host as well. We got Mena here, and welcome Bruno to the set. Wow, I hope we can control. It was such an emotional segment with Mena. I'm going to try to say this, right, because I've been practicing. You battled metastatic? I said it. Metastatic melanoma. Can you give us a glimpse of your journey and how Evoke Fitness played a role in it?
Okay. Yes, I'm still in the journey. It started for me in July of 2019, and I was diagnosed. I had a lesion on my back and surgeries, and then it spread to my lymph nodes.
Oh my goodness.
And so I began a regimen of immunotherapy. Seemed to work, and the first 2 years. And then 9 months later, I had a PET scan, it came back. So we started the immunotherapy again, and it didn't seem to work. It spread some more, so we did radiation therapy, they added a drug, and so on and so forth. During that time, earlier this year, my wife mentioned this program, Evoke Warriors, and I was resistant at first, thinking that, so I work in cancer care, I work in radiation therapy, and I've been treating cancer patients for 30 years. And so for me, it seemed a little bit strange to become part of this experience. So at the urging of my wife, I did. And Mena allowed me into the program, and my life has changed significantly since then. Madeline, with nutrition, I've lost weight, I've gained weight. So for me, it was more muscle mass gaining and fat loss. But also, I'm a diabetic, type 2 diabetes. I'm off of one of my meds.
Wow.
My blood tests are great at this point, and I just enjoy it so much. And so, yeah.
No, go ahead. So how long have you been in the journey, or like when did you start?
So we started in March, end of March this year. They did an intake where we had to go in and weigh ourselves and do some push-ups, sit-ups, and rowing, and just kind of a baseline. And so that was humbling for sure.
It would
Forever.
humble me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but over time, it's just changed my life completely. I feel so much better when I have my infusions, which I have every 4 weeks.
Wow.
I don't feel as tired, fatigued, and sick as normal. I feel much better. I have a group of people that support me, that send messages. We exchange photos. We talk on the side. Mena is not easy in the program. She pushes us.
Tell it like it is.
Yeah, but we really appreciate it. It's a big deal for us. And so, yeah, it's transformative for sure.
What was I guess if you were talking to someone out there that's thinking about joining the program, what was it that maybe what's your favorite aspect of it, or what was the moment that got you to actually
let's do
take
it.
the leap, or the advice that you would give somebody that's on the fence about it?
Yeah, well, I would say just give it a shot. We go through a lot of things in our cancer journey, and many of those things are not positive. It's dealing with emotions and feeling bad. But this program, it brings out another aspect, and it really, I feel like it just reaches down into us and brings something else out, where we can not only help ourselves, but help others in the program.
I mean, it feels like from everybody that has talked about the program, community has been such a huge part of it, that you have these other people that are going through the exact same things, which seems very important.
For sure. Yeah. So you meet a bunch of people that are strangers, and you start working out with them, and you realize pretty quickly that, you're all involved in the same thing. So we joke around with each other. We talk about our situations, things that we can't talk about with our families and friends. Sometimes probably morbid, I guess, people would think, but we can sit around and laugh about it.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal for us. And then, then I had to start learning about group texts and replying appropriately.
Or the LOLs or this or that. All that.
Yeah, I learned certain words like
something.
yep, you shouldn't use in a text.
I don't even know what that, yep, what is that?
Y-E-P, yep, like yes.
Yep. You can't say yep. What does that mean?
Well, I mean, these are things I've learned. Over time.
I can learn a lot of things.
And so, but we really are there for each other. Our stories, things that happen within our families, our diagnoses change. We have friends in the program who get good news, some that get not so good news, but we can support each other during that time. It's just awesome. It's really a great program.
So you're almost, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, Bruno's not going to toot his own horn.
I was just going to ask you to share about Bruno.
We have specific awards every year, too, that the team gets to vote on, and he got biggest motivator because he's always encouraging and motivating those around him, and he's over there doing burpees in a boot. He just got his boot off because he tore his Achilles. He's killing it over there, and he's encouraging someone that's pushing a sled, and he just motivated and inspired the team. This year we had 18 warriors, and they voted that he was the biggest motivator, and he really is. He's very joyful and just full of life when he's in the gym.
Yeah.
So you're almost finished with the program. Or you are? What,
Well, the program ended a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
So did you have some kind of ceremony? Do you do something in the
Yeah,
program?
we have a
'Cause
big
we're almost
reveal.
run out of time for this break, but I'd love you to share about that.
Yeah, so at the very end, at the end of their 6 months, we wanted something that they could share with their family and friends in the community, our supporters, a big celebration. So we call it the Reveal Gala, and they get to wear something that looks amazing, feels amazing, makes them feel confident in their skin. They pick a song that they love and kind of describes their journey or them. And we play a video, like a clip that you just saw of their story, and then they get to walk onto a stage and everyone gives them a big standing ovation. And the goal behind it is that they just feel loved and supported and that people are inspired by what they've just gone through.
Well, on that positive note, I'm going to say thank you to Bruno.
Thank you.
And when we come back, you're going to see another clip with Carol. And Carol is a rock star woman, bold and proud, and she's amazing. And she has a credible story as well. I'm going to do our quote, and then we're not saying goodbye. We're just saying we will see you in a little bit. So here's a quote. When you come out of the storm, you won't be the same person who walked in. That's what the storm is all about.
Very
so
true.
We are so proud of you for venturing through your storm and being such a motivator to everybody in Evoke Fitness. So thank you so much. And
Thank you.
Come back, we will have Carol. It's about Town Deb and Jaime with City Talk.
My name's Carol Green. I have triple negative breast cancer. I was diagnosed just before Thanksgiving last year. I've been in public service. I've been a firefighter for 27 years. And so we have always been the ones who came in and took care of business and kind of saved people. And it's like, if there's a problem, we'll take care of it. This kind of knocked me to my knees. It put me in a role that I'm not used to. Instead of being like, hey, yeah, we got this. It was difficult to grasp, but once I guess I decided like, hey, basically I told myself, you got to put your big girl pants on and we got to get through this.
Welcome back. It's About Town Deb, Debbie McCarthy, Jaime Chapman with City Talk. We are at Dream Pilot Films in Sparks, Nevada, and we're having a pretty darn special show today. And Mena, thank you for putting the show together, sharing your warriors, and especially Carol Green. I watched your video, and it gave me chills, and it just showed me that we could accomplish anything, and we could do anything, and we could be brave and strong, and it was just, and being, I mean, I know everybody says being a woman, but you know, firefighter, and just it's just, I can't even say enough about you. So I won't say any more, but you have triumphed over a triple negative breast cancer. Wow. Can you share your experience, how Evoke Fitness and the Warriors impacted your journey?
Yeah, so I was diagnosed just 10 months ago.
Whoa.
And I found out the day before the applications closed that this program was happening. And I found it out through someone whose wife had been in the program. He works at Cancer Care Specialists, and he's like, you know, I think you'd be a great fit. So I did the application really quickly and got an interview, got in. I actually tried to excuse myself because I knew I was going to be in chemo and had to have surgery.
During this 10 months?
During the 6 months.
6 months, okay.
And so I kind of felt like maybe someone else It was someone else's time. And one of the other program people involved in the program is like, this is your time to advocate for you. And I said, I'm in.
Well, and the reason why you're like that, because you spent so much of your time saving lives and being a source of strength for so many people. And now you find yourself like, oh my gosh, like now I need some strength. I need some help. And it's really hard. It's hard to ask for it. I mean, was it difficult for you to walk in the room with all the people and say, I deserve this, I'm here, I got this? Like, take a breath and just, what did it feel like?
Role reversal is hard for anybody.
I know. That's why I'm like,
It was really tough for me. It was very humbling. I'm not used to asking for help. I'm used to giving it.
I totally understand.
And even in your personal life, you have a persona when you go to work. And when you're home, though, it's kind of hard to drop, especially, I think, for a woman being in like typically a man's job. And so it was really hard for me to ask for help. But not only the program was so humbling on just making connections and knowing that I wasn't alone, but just the amount of people that in the community that supported me. Very humbling.
Oh, that's amazing. I think there's something, like you're so vulnerable, it's such a vulnerable thing when you're working out with someone and you're like breaking that down and you're like, we're going through this together. And then to go through cancer is also like, you have to just be vulnerable. There's not much, it feels from an outsider, and what you guys are talking about, that kind of makes you like, I'm broken down, I can ask for help.
Right.
Maybe a little easier. When did you start the program?
So we started in March, and fitness.
Oh, you were in the same.
Yes, I was in the same as Bruno. Yep. And fitness and nutrition have always been a huge part of my life, because I feel like as firefighters, we're paid to be fit. And when we need to do something, that's really tough for a lot of people, that's our job. So it was part of our lives. And I kind of felt like, coming into this, I had a really good base, and it helped a ton. It helped me. I did 6 months of chemo before surgery. And the first 3 months, I felt like, wow, I'm kind of like nailing this. And it wasn't only my fitness coming in, but being in the program, being with other people there, knowing their stories, having the support of Mena and the other coaches, Madeline. And then it was even more important, though, with the second round, which really brought me to my knees. And I would show up and I could barely do anything. And they would just encourage me, as well as the rest of the Warriors.
So even when you were feeling nauseous or not, you still came in.
Yeah.
What is the program? What does it look like? What's the day-to-day in those 6 months? Like, what is the commitment that you're showing up in?
So initially, they start a little bit slower, the commitments. I think 2 times a week, and then you can up it to 3. So I was trying to do 3 while I felt good. And then some people were just doing like every single day, which was 6 days. And I was really happy to get 3 or 4 in a week, just going through chemo every day. And then it kept upping. And then obviously we started introducing the nutrition and the wellness portion. And for me, just the wellness and the spirituality part, you kind of get disconnected when you get a diagnosis like this. I had really convinced myself, since I was so fit and healthy, that nothing bad would ever happen to me. Wow. And so it kind of helped me reconnect.
So you finished the program too, right?
Yes.
You just got to do your walk across the stage.
Yeah.
And everybody clapping for you. What do you think, like, what's the number one thing that you're taking out of the program, like, that influenced you the most, that you're like going to carry on from?
The connections. Connections, definitely. I feel like I'm part of a community and I'll have lifelong friends from this, and just the tools to move ahead.
Mena, when you started the program, did you think that was going to be the number, like, connection and community has been the number one thing that everybody's talking about? Did you think is that a surprise to you?
It's a surprise at the depthness of it. It's not, they're just so raw and so real with one another. And, you know, the first couple of weeks they're working out together and they like say hi to each other, but they're kind of like, they just walk away their separate ways, you know, and they're not super close. And it's really fun for me to see, like after class, all of a sudden they're like in a group over there stretching together and talking, or they're like at the front door and they're like chatting before they walk out, and they linger a little longer. And then the next thing you know, they're like talking about, you know, being together in different aspects. And we do bonding events once a month for them so that they can get to know each other outside of the gym. And you can just see the connections. But what was different this year than has been different than previous years is that in previous years, it was like a little group here and a little group there and a little group here. This year, they really just bonded as a group of 18. And they're like this family, brothers and sisters, 18 of them. And I mean, I'm not exaggerating on that. And it's like really, it's been really cool. I mean, we're all going to dinner tomorrow night, you know. There's 18 of us, and I think that there's 16 going, or 15 of us. So it's those connections that I think have been just such a joy, and something that they'll take forever with them.
Well, this has been a joy, and I'm so excited to have Carol on set. I had told Mena that I wanted to think of what I could give you guys. And when I was online and I was looking at your page, I thought that I wanted us all, I hope I don't get teared up. Instead of gifting, I want us all to send our thoughts and our prayers up to Katie. She is one of your warriors, and she has been, and I love Katie so much. And she, if you talk about a fighter and talk about a warrior, she is. So I'd love you to say a little bit about what she's going through, because this is for you, Katie. This is for you. So a little bit about her, and then we're going to go to break, and we'll come back for our final thank yous.
So Katie was diagnosed with a sarcoma when she was 15 years old, and she turned 21 last year when she was in the program. She's 22 now. She actually checked into Stanford last night. She's doing a stem cell.
This would have been a few weeks ago, because we're recording it just so that they know.
Oh, yes.
So just so we know.
She is doing stem cell transplant, and it's something that we really hope that she gets her miracle and that she can, you know, continue to be the fighter that she is. But if you pray to something or someone, we would love prayers for Katie, because she is a vibrant, beautiful, strong, brave, remarkable young lady who, despite, you know, her cancer returning 3 times and battling and pretty much going through more surgeries and more chemo, radiations, blood transfusions than anyone that I know, she's always smiling, and she's always encouraging those around her.
We're going to take our final break, and we come back, we'll give our thank yous to our sponsors, and we just will let you guys say one more thought. It's About Town Deb, Jaime, City Talk.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
The timeless story you know and love is now Broadway's #1 holiday hit musical, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the musical. Catch the Grinch in this heartwarming holiday classic, perfect for the entire family. 100 times better than any bedtime story. Cheers, the New York Times. November 21st through 26th, Pioneer Center. On sale at pioneercenter.com or the Pioneer Center box office. Catch the Grinch live for the holidays.
Welcome back to our final segment of City Talk with About Town Deb, Debbie McCarthy, Jaime, Chapman, my co-host, and Mena say your name for me.
Spodobalski.
Spodobalski.
Just rolls off.
She's Mena, though. She's Mena to us all. She's our Cher, our Oprah. She's our Mena. She's the Mena of Northern Nevada. But as you could see, hearing you talk, hearing the stories of your warriors, you're doing all this for the right reason. You know, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Or where would you like to see this program?
I mean, hopefully. So we've already had 62 go through the program, 61, and I would love to be able to help, you know, 200, 300, 400 by that time.
Wow.
I think that, unfortunately, there will always be a need for this program. And I firmly believe that we will be here to help, you know, the people that
How
need
do
it
we
in
help
Northern
you?
Nevada.
It is a nonprofit, correct?
Yes, so Evoke Warriors is a nonprofit.
How do we help you?
The program is 100% pro bono for all of the warriors. They have enough medical expenses. We don't want to add to that. And we certainly don't want someone who wants to feel good mentally, physically, to not do the program because of cost. So we rely on our community, our donors, our sponsors to continue this program and to allow us to keep helping people in Northern Nevada.
Whew, okay. I'm going to do our thank yous. We thank you. We want to thank Bruno. We want to thank Carol. And Dr. Madeline, we want to thank her. She's so incredible. And we also want to thank Design on Edge. We want to thank Surratt Law Practice, Kim Surratt, I think I said that, Dream Pilot Films, Caliber Hair and Makeup, Maddie and Megan, Dorinda's Chocolates, Kimmy Candies, Dulce Vita, United Hair Products, Labels, Soak Spa, and of course my mom, Grandma B. I didn't mention her last show. Get twice. Love you, to make up for that. If you want to be a part of About Town Deb City Talk, we're always looking for show topics, sponsors, stories. We love stories. We'd love to have your story. We have tons of ways you can help us and support us, and we love nonprofit. You can always support a nonprofit show with us, and that would be amazing as well. Any final thoughts? And then I'll do our quote and we'll say adios.
No, thank you. I had no idea this existed, and I think it's a beautiful program.
Thank you.
And I want to thank Jaime. I heard her talking to you. She wants to see how she can get involved, and that is the reason why we have City Talk, so we can bring our community together to make a difference. I will end with the final quote. This is my quote. Here we go. Cancer may have started the fight, but together we are one heart, and we will finish it. Debbie McCarthy, Bowtown Deb. Because my slogan is, together we're one heart, and we are. Let's stay together. Let's beat this thing, and we'll see you next week. Bowtown Deb, City Talk.